information, it's just information for
Cool
them.
guys
Okay.
like that.
Yeah.
They're in a nasty spot for that.
No,
Because you're gonna release
as long as they know it's,
Well, we,
I think I decided that my daughter's Volvo was gonna go down the road. I'm just, it's the same thing, I had to do the gaskets on
yeah,
the,
we could,
on
because we
the
didn't, we put it as a condition, as a restriction.
overhead cam covers.
oh, yeah.
And you have to take your fuel rail off, your intake manifold off to get at it.
Sounds about right.
So when you pull the injectors, of course, it rips the O-rings off, so you get new O-rings. Then
Do I
two of
read
the
those? I
injectors
don't
were
think I
no
do.
good, so I had to
No.
get them all
Only
redone.
reasons
Well,
and conditions.
and I pulled the whole valve train out because me.
I just muted the screen now. I can hear you.
Oh, Patricia, can you hear me?
Yes, you bet.
Okay, and Dave, can you hear me?
Yep, can hear everybody loud and clear.
All right, the seance is about to begin. Okay, with that, we'll call the meeting to order, and we have quorum, so I'll ask for an adoption of the agenda. Go ahead.
I'll move the agenda as presented.
Okay. Any discussion on that? All in favor? Any opposed? I see
Patricia
Dave-
in favor?
Okay, thanks Patricia, and I see Dave's hand up on the screen, so that's
Okay, perfect.
passed. Adoption of minutes. Everybody had a chance to go through the minutes and any errors or omissions?
I'll move the minutes be adopted as presented.
Thanks, Councillor Coopin. Any discussion on that motion? Okay, all in favor? And I see two hands online, so that's passed. No business arising, so that brings us to 5-1. We have a development permit application. Joan, are you gonna
That will be me.
go ahead?
Okay, so this is a application for a small animal boarding, kennel, and pet grooming. It is on a 9.81 acre parcel with the legal description of part of Northeast 1662-6 west of 5. The application is for a discretionary use, small animal boarding kennel with the construction of a 14 by 40 accessory building to be used for 8 kennels. It is going to be placed on an existing foundation, concrete foundation on the property. The accessory building will also be used for a existing approved pet grooming business, which was used in her garage, I believe, beforehand.
In my house.
In her house before. And that was under development permit last year, 1560-2021. Also for the permitted use of the home occupation major as it is now taking place outside of her dwelling. The application was referred to the Woodlands Infrastructure Department with no concerns. As it is A1, it is discretionary for the small animal boarding kennel, but the home occupation major is permitted use. It was advertised in the paper for 2 weeks, and letters were sent to adjacent landowners with no concerns received. I recommend to the Municipal Planning Commission they approve development permit 15-012-2022 for the small animal boarding kennel and home occupation major pet grooming business with the following conditions. And I don't think I need to read them, but if you want me to.
Does anyone wish the conditions read? Online, we're okay?
Yep, not necessary.
Councilor Coogan?
Yeah, I'm familiar with where that property is, and so I have no problems with it at all.
Okay, so we don't need the conditions read. Any questions to admin on this one? Patricia or Dave, any questions?
No, we're good on this one.
Okay, and I'm sorry I'm addressing you directly here. I just want to make sure everybody's included. It's hard with the online component, so.
Absolutely, no worries.
Okay.
Alicia's here, or Alicia? Or?
Alicia.
Alicia's here if anybody has any questions. Seems pretty straightforward.
Okay, it does seem pretty straightforward. Councilor Kuchen.
Well, with that, I'll make the motion that we approve the development permit application 15012-2022 for small animal boarding kennel and home occupation major pet grooming business with the following conditions.
Okay. All right, any discussion on the motion? Okay, all in favor? And I see 2 hands online, so that item is passed. Congratulations.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Me too.
Okay, sounds good. Awesome. Thank you.
All right, excuse me, then we have item 6.1, a subdivision,
We're gonna be here for 10 minutes.
subdivision application. Peter, you're gonna take us through this?
Yep, that's me again. So this is for a subdivision to create one small agriculture holding parcel, 40 acres, from a 157.08 acre parcel on the northwest 3161-8 west of 5, from an agriculture 2 parcel. This would create the density of 2 parcels on the quarter section, so it's not over that limit. We'll need to construct an approach to the county standards to the proposed parcel that meet the county design guidelines and construction standards. I'm not sure if there was an existing approach, but if there was, it would need to be upgraded to the current standards if it doesn't. There was an existing septic system on site on the remainder. However, the applicant will not be required to get a septic inspection as it is well over the 90 meters away. The proposed parcel is over the 10 acres. However, the land, as noted by AEP's water map, the lands are marginal for development. A soil classification test will be required. Water table testing is required even though the parcel is over 10 acres in size, but has been identified as marginal land. It is to ensure the basement development would not be detrimental as a result of high water table. A water availability study is not required as the density is not over 5 parcels per quarter section. There were no letters of concern received from the adjacent landowners, and it was referred to a number of agencies, and the only comments we got back were from Alberta Environment, in which they said if Woodlands County decides to proceed with approval on the attached AEP lands, on the attached application, AEP lands requests that the minimum setback of 10 meters from the top of bank be implemented on the creek, as well as a full wetland assessment be conducted prior to any development, as there will be impacts to wetlands for any development on the quarter as per attached images. Under Section 58 of our Land Use Bylaws and Municipal Government Act, we are entitled to an environmental reserve?
Yes.
Sorry. And a wetlands assessment will be required at the time of, to be completed at time of development per AEP's referral comments. I recommend that in Municipal Planning Commission consider approval of subdivision number 2022 sub 01 in consideration for the following reasons and conditions. And I can read those if required.
Excuse me, does anyone wish the conditions read?
I don't need the conditions read, but on this one, just wanted to clarify in the conditions that you did mention that the what Alberta Environment is requesting is completely captured in the requirements, in those conditions.
Number 3.
It would be in
Number 3 and 5.
number 3 and 5 in the 10-meter setback required established from the bank, and then that we would have a restricted covenant be registered on the new title, that a wetland assessment be required to be completed and submitted at time of development.
Perfect. Okay, thank you.
Go ahead.
I just want to clarify that there's no way that they can come back and ask for a variance after, right? Because
Like Alberta Environment?
no, because the applicants, sometimes they come back and say, well, now there's a creek that's too close and we need a variance to build. So that's not impacting.
No.
Okay, thank you.
Where is the part about the approach being constructed and who's responsible for that one?
Number 2.
Is it 2? Sorry, I don't know why, but on this, on my screen right now, it is this big, so.
Oh,
Yeah, number 2. 1, 2, and 3. Provision for approaches to be constructed to meet county standards. No construction shall occur until consultation with the infrastructure department and shall contact Woodlands County Infrastructure Department upon completion of the approach for
Okay,
final inspection.
okay, very good. Councillor Coolkin.
Yeah, this is just north of Goose Lake, right? Just north and a little bit west.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how close is that? Is the wetlands actually to the road there? I'm not really sure.
Well, do you have the
Yeah.
potential drawing?
Yeah.
So the wetland would be the creek right through the middle with about 100 and some meters of either side being lowland.
Okay.
The darker segment to the south is all high ground spruce. So the building site would be within 50 meters of the county road. So not
Okay.
anywhere near the
So it's
wetland.
not anywhere near where
No.
it drops off there.
No.
Okay.
Any other questions? Anything from online?
No, that answered what I had.
Okay, does anyone wish to make a motion?
And just want to find that.
Sorry, oh, you're trying to find it in, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll make that motion.
Okay. Go ahead.
You accept subdivision application 2022 sub 1 for subdivision out by Goose Lake with all set conditions.
Okay. Any discussion on that motion? Don't hear any. All in favor? And online I see 2 hands, so that's passed. There you are.
Welcome to the County of Woodlands.
Thank you. Yeah, okay, a copy of the notes.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Thanks for your time, everyone.
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you.
Welcome. Okay, we have information items. These are all approved by the development officer, so any questions there? You're such an agreeable
Nope.
bunch
Yeah.
today. Not that I mind, it's agreeable topic.
I'll make a motion to accept the information items as information.
Thank you very much, Patricia. Any discussion on that motion? All in favor? And I see two hands online, so that's passed. Okay, no new business at this time. 9-1, next meeting. So we've got, we need two, or those are options?
The May the 4th one is for sure. And then we haven't received anything for the May 18th, but I might have today, so we'll see we'll see when we schedule that one. It might be the beginning of June, but
Okay, do we need, we don't need motions to do these next meetings, do we? These are just information, so everybody make sure you got the May 4th in your calendar, and then the May 18th, I guess we'll watch for it to see if we need it.
Mhm.
Okay? Anything we missed? No
I'll
discussion?
make a
item?
motion to adjourn.
Okay, very good. There's no discussion on a motion to adjourn, so all in favor? Any opposed? And I see two online. We are adjourned. Thank you very much, everybody.
5:16.
Oh,
Yeah, that was 10 minutes.